Hello guys, this is Kingsley from IELTS Blast. Today we'll be looking at a question type on matching information to paragraph. Please, for those of us who have not yet watched the strategy on how to tackle this type of question, please, I would suggest you watch the strategy that we are going to employ on this question today. I'll be putting the link on the description box. Ensure that you go through that strategy first so that you'll be able to understand everything that we'll be doing here today. Now, matching information to paragraph, I will say it is the opposite of matching heading. The reason why I say that is that you have to look for the information in the paragraph, and where you find the information, that is where that particular paragraph, the letter attached to that paragraph is your answer. So today we'll be looking at a question type that say keep a watch eye on the bridge. Keep a watch eye on the bridge. Now, for matching information, the first thing you need to do is for you to go straight to the question. You go straight to the question and read all the question first. You go straight to the question, read all the question first. The reason why you should do that, all the answers are scattered in the passage. So that is the reason why you need to first of all go through all the questions first. Now, when you are going through the question, I will advise you underline some keyword from the question, because this keyword may probably help us locate the exact paragraph that these informations are found. Now let's take a look at the question. The question says, number 9, how is the pressure that they have a great chance to test? Now, what our keyword here? Pressure. You underline it. Let me even make it bold. Then great chance. You underline it, make it bold. And what? Test bridges. You underline it and make it bold. Now move on to question 10. A 10 years positive change for microwave system. Our keyword here is what? 10 years. Then change. And then microwave. Those are our keyword on question 10. Then question 11, the chance they get an honest contract. So our keyword here is what? Honorable contract. Honorable what? Contract. Then the other one is explanation of mechanism for the new microwave monitoring to work. Keyword here is what? Explanation. Then mechanism. Then don't forget new microwave. They are being specific here. New microwave monitoring. The next one, which is question 13, it said how the damage was deliberately created by the researcher. So our keyword here is what? Damage. Deliberately created. It is something that they intentionally what? Do. Then it was done by this researcher. Question 40 says, try to find problem before the bridge show obvious sign of damage. Our keyword here is what? Problem. Then don't forget they said before, so we should also include that. Then bridges. Then they now say what? Sign of what? Damage. Number 15 says the shape that the structure take when it enjoy a setting frequently. So let's underline frequently. Then shape, let's underline that. Then structure takes. Okay, those are our keyword in question 15. Then the last one said hit it with a shaker. Our keyword here is what? Shaker. At a certain point on the road. So it has to be what? At a particular point, at a certain what? Point. I underline certain point. They must be performed on the road. I underline that and bold it. Now all of these keywords that I have underlined in this question, some you may see them word for word, some they may use synonyms in the passage. So the whole idea of this underlining keyword, it make it easy for you to locate the exact paragraph that answer the question. It make it easy for you to locate the exact what? Paragraph. And now that we have gone through it, you have gone through all the questions, you see now that we have a little idea of what each information is all about. And probably we have some keyword in our head, so that in case we see anyone, we will just underline it then and come back for it later. Now let's take a look at this number 9. They said, how is the pressure that they have a great chances to test bridges? Where can we find this information in the passage? That is what we are going to look for. So what do? We have to glance through or skim through the passage. But what I would normally advise students to do, try to check your keyword first. Now let's go through paragraph 1 and scan through it. The keyword we are scanning for right now is what? Pressure, great chances, and what? Test bridges. Let's see whether we have anything related to that in this paragraph A. Okay, we have bridges here. Is there anything related to test? Let's check. Okay, we are checking to see whether, okay, there's nothing related to what? Check. Test. Although we saw bridges. Don't forget, we are looking for keyword that has to do with what? Pressure, great chances, and what? Test. We may not see all the keyword, but if we see any one in that paragraph, we have to read it and see whether that particular paragraph relates to the question. So let's go through paragraph B, since we did not find something like that in paragraph what? A. Then we'll go through it. We have bridges here. Let's see whether we have anything test. Okay, we have changes here. And the point to move. Okay, there is nothing like test here. Okay, so that means that the paragraph is not related to what? that particular sentence. Now let's check C. Okay, we have bridges here. Let's see whether we see anything relating to test. Okay, we have researcher here. Okay, oh, we have what? Test here. So what does it mean? It means that we have to read everything about this paragraph, because most times everything, you have to read everything in that paragraph. The answers are not found in one particular sentence. This is because in matching information, the information you are looking for may not come word for word just like the way it is in the question. They may present it in form of explanation or description. So that's why we have to read the whole of what? The paragraph. So let's read. The Interstate 40 bridges over the Rio Grande River in Albuquerque provide the researcher with a rare opportunity to test their idea. Chuck Farah, an engineer at Los Alamos, explained the New Mexico Authority decided to raise this bridge and replace it. They were able to mount instruments on it, test it under certain load condition, and even inflate damage just before it was demolished. You can see now that our answer have started what coming now. The question says what? How is the pressure that they have many chances to test the bridge? You can see now something that relates to the pressure here says what? The New Mexico Authority decided to raise this bridge and replace it. Where we were able to mount instrument on top it. You can see it now. Pressure, they are mounting instrument upon it. Then test it under certain various conditions. So you can see that everything that we have read here relate to all the keyword in this paragraph, in this question 9. So the answer here will be what? C. Because all the information, this particular information, is in that particular paragraph. So the answer here will be what? C. So you choose here as what? You choose here because all this information is in that particular paragraph. So let's move on to the next one. The next one says what? 10 years positive change for microwave device. Now let's take a look at this. Sometimes 10 years can be a decade. So I have the probability that they are not going to repeat this word 10 years. They might say something about a decade. The microwave device. So let's check whether we'll be able to see something like that in paragraph D, because there's nothing relating to that in paragraph C. So let's check. We are checking. We have microwave dish here. Is there anything that has to relate to what? 10 years. We are checking. Okay. There's nothing that has to do with what? 10 years. Oh, look at shaker here. You can see now there is one shaker here. This shaker here is always advisable you underline it, because this paragraph D will kind of answer this question what? 16. You can see that I can easily detect this shaker that we saw, that we underline in this paragraph. Our answer to question 16, we are likely going to what? See it in that paragraph what? D. So let's still move on while checking the others. Okay, we are looking for something that has to do with 10 years, because it will all make reference to every keyword in the question. Okay, we are checking. Okay, Let's see whether we'll see anything related to 10 years here. We are still checking. Okay, let's see whether we'll see anything related to 10 years here. Okay. We're still checking. Let's check one more time. Oh, yeah, we have seen a decay here. So it means that a decay here means what? 10 years. So it's always advisable that then you go back to the question. The question says what? A 10 years positive change for microwave device. Don't forget, the whole of this paragraph is talking about keeping a watchful eye on the bridge. Okay, so let's go through this. They said a commercial system based on the Los Alamos hardware is now available, complete with the Storm algorithm from the Quantro Corporation in Albuquerque for about $100,000. Tim Daly, another Los Alamos physicist, work on the microwave interferometer with McGlory, says that as the electrode becomes cheaper, a microwave inspection system will eventually be applied to most large bridges in US. In a decade, I would like to see the battery or solar power package mounted under the bridge. So you can see now that he said he would like to see. That is what is related to what? Positive change. Now you see that we have seen something related to what? A decade as what? 10 years. Now what relate to what? Positive change now is what? I would like to see a battery and solar panel package mounted under each bridge, scanning it every day to detect changes. That is now what? The positive what? Change. So the answer here, in my opinion, will be H. Because you can see now that we have seen things that relate to the keyword. So the answer here will be what? H. Because this particular information is in this paragraph H. Is in this paragraph H. Now let's take a look at the number 11. The chance they get an honorable contract. Okay. Now if you look at this information, what does it mean? The chance they get an honorable what? Contract. This can also mean that they might approve the project. They might see the positive side of the project. Okay. And there's a high tendency that we are not likely going to see this word. Instead, we are going to see something in line with it. Let's check from A. Is there anything that has to do with? Because what we are looking at for is what? A chance they get an honorable contract. That means that they are looking for opportunity. So we check. We're checking. Okay, we have gone through this one. We are going through it one by one. Okay. I'm not saying something saying positive regarding that particular statement. It's, okay, I think I've seen something that got my attention here. He said, when any structure vibrates, the energy is distributed throughout with certain points without moving. The other vibrates strongly at various frequency, says Storm. Margority use pattern recognition to detect changes in the distribution of energy. NASA also use snub method to check the behavior. So that means that, you see now, they said NASA use snub method. So if they said they use snub method, it means that they accepted the contract and they now award, they accepted what? The scientist's view. They accepted what? The scientist's view, because they use his method. So because they have used his method, it shows that they are likely going to, the scientists likely going to get the what? Honorable what? Contract. Because NASA used his product. And because they use his product, there is a high tendency that the scientists will get an honorable what? Contract. So if you look at this statement here, the answer here will be G. So here will be what? G. Because they accepted the guy's method. So if they accept it, there's a high chances that they will give him his honorable what? Contract. Okay, so let's go to number 12 now. Number 12 said explanation of the mechanism for the new microwave monitoring. You can see now that the key word here is what? Explanation. We are not going to see that word for word explanation, but they are going to give us some detailed view about the mechanism that is applied to the new microwave monitoring to work. So let's check something that has to do with microwave monitoring. Okay, it's not here. Okay, G is not, this one is not here. This one is talking about frequently, for frequency. This one is talking about centimeters, it's not here. Okay, it's not here. Let's check from A. Okay, let's check from C. I've seen microwaves here. Oh, look at sensors. Look at monitoring here. Can we see it now? Monitoring. So that means that we have to read everything here. So let's read. The device uses microwave to measure the distance between the sensor and the bridge, much like radar does, say about Miglori, a Los Alamos physicist. Any load on the bridge, such as traffic, induce displacement, which change the distance as the bridge move up and down. By monitoring this movement over 30 minutes, the researcher found out how the bridge resonates. Change in the behavior can give an early warning of damage. So the question says an explanation of maybe. So you can see that this information is inside this paragraph B. Why is it there? Because the mechanism of how the monitoring will work is being what? Explained. The mechanism is being what? Explained in this paragraph. So the answer to this paragraph will be B. B is our answer. So you can see how easy it is to get this type of word question. Now let's take a look at this, the number 13. They said how the damage was deliberately created by the researcher. So it was a deliberate action. Now our keyword here is what? Damage, deliberately created, then what? Researcher. So let's see a keyword. Let's see whether we'll see anything relating to that. Because all those things, all those keywords that we underline, they must be inside that paragraph. Some don't come word for word. Why most they use synonyms. So let's see whether we'll find those keywords here. Okay, we've read paragraph A. Okay, we have scanned through paragraph B. Okay, I've scanned through paragraph C. Sorry, I'm going through paragraph C now. Don't forget, scan for your what? Your key word. Even if it is one. Okay, I've seen something related to what? Damage here. Okay, let's read. They said we were able to mount pressure on it and inflict damages. And inflict damages just because it was developed. Okay. This one not related. Let's check E. They said we then created damage. Oh, you can see it now. We then created damage. This is a deliberate action. The question says what? The question says how the damage was deliberately created. So let's see. We created the damage that we hope will stimulate fatigue crack. So you can see the reason why they eventually created what? The damage. So, but in the question they said explanation of mechanism for the new, how the damage was deliberately created. So you can see now that is in that particular word paragraph, which is E. So the answer here will be E. So you can see that we then created is a deliberate action. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. The next one says try to find problem before the bridge show obvious sign of damage. I think I saw something related to this in paragraph A, but let me verify. They said most road and rail bridges are only inspected virtually, if not all. Every few months, engineers have to climb over the structure in an attempt to find problem before the bridge show up. This one is just so clear. So you can see now that the answer is just so clear. So the answer here is A. The answer here is what? A. It's just so what? Obvious. And how is it obvious? You can go through it now. They said what? Engineers have to climb the structure in an attempt to find problem before the bridge. You can see how straight that particular answer was gotten. Now let's go straight to the next one. They said the shape and the structure takes when it enjoy certain frequency. So I think I saw something that has to do with frequency. that has to do with frequency in the paragraph. Sometimes when you see a keyword like that, just go straight to that particular paragraph. Kind of read. There is no how. In most cases, you will get the answer. Thought I saw something in line with frequency. Thought I saw something in line with. Oh, yeah, look at it here. This is the frequency I'm talking about. So what do I need to do? I need to read the whole paragraph. Let me see whether it does relate to the question. And he said the initial crude analysis of the bridge behavior based on the frequency at which the bridge resonates do not indicate that anything that would wrong until the flag was damaged. Can you see until the flag was damaged? Let's go through the question again. The question says what? Trying to find damage before the bridge. So you can see now that the advice was even coming from another person, because he said the initial crude analysis for the bridge behavior based on the frequency at which the bridge resonates did not indicate anything was wrong until. So you can see now that when you go through this very well, the answer is F. So you put that F. Yeah. Now the last question says hit it with a shaker. Don't forget we underlined shaker before, so let's go straight to that shaker. Read everything. They said after setting up the microwave dish on the ground below the bridge, Alamos team install conventional accelerometer at several points along the span to measure its what? Motion. They then tested the bridge while traffic roared across it and while subjecting it to pounding from the shaker. So you can see now that the answer here is just paragraph what? D, because there's no other place you will see anything that has to do with a shaker. So here, I will just come here by saying D as my answer. Don't forget, C, we said the answer was in what? F. So can you see now that with my keyword, I was able to locate the exact paragraph, even though it wasn't that easy, but I still locate what? The answer. This is how you solve matching information to paragraph. Please, I will want you to like and share this video if you find it very, very interesting. So I'll be talking about another question type in my next video. The link will be placed on the description boxes, and kindly click on the link and watch the other question and how I also address them. Doing this like this, there is no how you will not do well in your reading. Please, for those of us who have not subscribed, I beg you, try and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.